Hello everyone. Welcome to Teacher Orly's Learning Matters. In this video, the process essay will be explained. Without further ado, let us begin. What is process essay? Basically, process essay is sometimes called instructions essay because it provides instructions on something. More so, it is a step-by-step way of doing or producing something. Eventually, there are two commonly known ideas for this essay. One is the directional essay, which is typically a personal approach of writing an instructions essay. For example, you want to write about how to properly wash a car, then, this is a directional essay because it provides clear instructions about the topic. The steps can vary depending on the writer's ideas. The other is the process explanation. This is broader than the directional essay because it provides the ideas on how to make or manufacture something. An individual can not just come up with ideas of manufacturing or making something, such as, how to manufacture sugar, or how to make a car because it involves tools, equipment, machineries and complicated steps. Hence, a pattern is needed before the writer can do this kind of essay. In addition, the second kind needs to consider the following. In the process essay, students must follow the flow chart given and the sentences to be used must be in the passive voice. Also, the transition words and important phrases must be considered. As mentioned, process essay uses the transition words of orders, such as, first, second, after that, next, etc. Let's look at the given flowchart. The first thing to identify is the topic given. This is important to make the background or topic sentence more effective. Aside from identifying the topic, a writer must identify as well the following. First is the number of steps. This idea will be used for the opening, thesis statement, even for the conclusion. Second is the action, verb. This is vital in making the sentences. Usually, its form is in the past participle. Third is the object, subject, idea. This can be found before the preposition. The subject must agree with the verb. And last, is the prepositional phrase or the preposition. This is the clue to identify the subject needed for the passive voice. How about the parts of the process essay? All essays have the same parts, like the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Writing the introduction is quite easy. All you need to do is to remember these. The introduction must have the following: background and or topic statement, thesis statement, and purpose or lead statement. Furthermore, in making the introduction, two techniques must be considered. Let us have technique 1 using the background, the thesis, and the purpose. Oil is very important to the economy of each country. It gives reliable income which the government can use for its general operation. Actually, the flowchart shows the 8 stages to put the discovered oil to petrol stations. In this essay, the stages will be described accordingly. The labels explain clearly what part it represents. How about technique 2? There's not much difference from technique 1. The first part, however, is shortened into one sentence, which is called the topic sentence, followed by the thesis statement and the purpose. Let us look at the example. The flowchart illustrates the various steps involved in the process of producing and selling petrol. Eventually, it is very noticeable that there are 9 major stages in the process, from finding the oil to selling petrol to vehicle owners. These stages will be explained below. You may notice that technique 1 has 2 sentences while technique 2 has only 1 sentence. As for the body, it must state the correct steps. The number of words for this essay influences the number of steps in AMP, the expansion of ideas. Looking at the given example, the body must be opened with a body thesis stating the topic and the number of steps from the flowchart. Then the first step will be constructed in the passive voice. This will be followed by the next step until the last step from the flowchart. In this part, the sentences must be in the passive voice. This is the example of the passive voice sentence. First, the oil is found under the ground using a drilling machine. The first word is the transition word. The oil is the subject. Then the linking verb which must agree with the subject. Next is the verb in the past participle form. After this is the rest of the sentence. Based on the ideas given from the things to remember in the flowchart, the summary of the parts for the passive voice is: transition word plus article plus subject plus linking verb plus verb in the past participle plus the rest of the sentence. In case the ideas in the box from the flowchart consist of compound ideas, then a compound passive voice sentence must be created. And for our conclusion, it can be done in 3 ways, such as summary, giving opinions, making suggestions, or a combination of any 2. Let us read the example for conclusion. All in all, the steps in producing and selling Petrol consist of 9 vital steps. In my opinion, the aforesaid process is not easy because it involves hard tasks, machines, and manpower. More so, this kind of business operation is risky because accidents might happen anytime. The first sentence is the brief summary. Then, the opinion is followed. As stated, a suggestion can be added to make the conclusion more effective. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video to help others learn because learning matters. See you next time.